Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In today's video, I am going to be closing out the third paycheck budget for the month of June. So let's zoom in and get started. I hope you guys are doing well. If you are new here, my name is Tasha and we do a zero-based budget over here. I try as best I can to get a zero-based budget every single week. My husband and I have 4 children. We are tithers. So my top priority for most of the time is going to be scripture based. Ephesians 4:28, let him who steals steal no longer, but let him labor, performing with his own hands what is good, in order that he may have something to share with him who has need. So we give a tenth of what we're using to budget with. We also have other areas where we give, but I just thought this was proper for this week. So we said we were going to use $1,100 of income this week to budget with, and I believe that's what we did use, because let me see. Yeah, $1,100 is what we received on the 20th. Now, it actually didn't come in on the 20th. So what happened with our paycheck, I usually get paid on Wednesdays now, but for whatever, because last Wednesday was a holiday, we didn't actually see that money until Monday, today. So I'm filming the video to close out this paycheck. I'm going to post it hopefully sometime today and try to get my budget closeout, my July budget set up, all of that this week. We'll see how it works, because it's the last week of school for my children, and I'm going to have to try to squeeze in as much filming time as I can. So that means our tithe is 110 as we budgeted. For Fidelity, $25 is coming out automatically, and same for Robinhood. Now I'm going to try to put a video together to update you guys on how we're doing with our 100 shares of O, and then also how we're building our dividend portfolio through Robinhood. But this is automatic, so that has to come out every week. And then for cash expenses, I did pull out $125, and unfortunately, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but I spent most of this already because we were on the road and I needed cash to make some quick purchases, and so I think I used that. Our goal for, oh, let me put this here, because our goal for in Robinhood is to have 10 shares of XOM, and we have 7 shares as of Monday, June 24th. So I'm believing that we should have 10 before we get into July, or maybe by the end of July we'll have 10 shares. I think that's what we're going to do. So that's pretty exciting for me, so then we can move on to the next asset and build that up from there. Now for bills and expenses, we still have to put $375 aside towards July's rent, and the debt payment is going to end up being $285. So I already did a plan off camera, so I can make sure that that's right. So this should be $660 instead of $760 for our total bills and expenses. Yeah. So $660 is what we're paying towards debt and putting aside for next month's rent. And then moving on to savings. Now our cushion, which is really our auto savings, because I set up auto savings so that I can just set it and forget it. And every week I know I have to put $55 aside to take care of those. So that's done. That's just $55 for this week. Next month's bills, we didn't plan to put any money there, but I want to give it $100 so we can reach $1,000 balance in there. Right now we have $900, and I really want to have $1,000 in there. Transportation is not getting anything this week, and that's a total of $100 for purpose funds. There's no other this week. I think that's it. So we're done. Let me see if I have a zero-based budget. We started with 1,100 minus 110 minus 50 minus 125 in cash minus 660 for bills and debt minus 55 for our auto savings, and minus 100 for next month's bills. We have a zero-based budget. Boom. Okay. So let me zoom in again and just write this in. We used $1,100 and we spent $1,100. Not all on ourselves, for future expenses, right? Because we're talking about building generational wealth here. Investing is a part of that. And there are other things coming. So if you're part of the Legacy Builder family and you've been watching me for a while, the last 2 years, we've been talking more and more about how we're investing, even automatically every single week, makes a big difference over time. While we're still getting out of debt, it's uncomfortable to put this much money towards past expenses, but the faster we get out of this debt, the more money we can put towards long-term investing, and then we can talk about other ways we're investing, not just in the stock market. So stay tuned. Make sure your bell notification is on if you want to really follow this family of 6 journey. It's hard to say that. I'm so used to saying family of 5, but now we have another person, so it's a family of 6. What an amazing thing. Okay, our percentages for giving is 10%. Our percentage for savings is 155 because we put 100 in next month's bills and 55 for the auto savings. Divide that into 1110 and multiply by 100 gives us 13. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see that. 13.9% went to that. Can you please be quiet? Okay. And then investing was 50. 50 divided into 1110 multiplied by 100 gives us 4.5. 4.5% there. Okay. We're good to go. We did what we needed to do, and I normally would do my success on the screen, but I don't have enough time for that right now. So I'm going to pause the video, make my money moves, and then when we come back, I'm going to go straight to my expense tracker, update that. That way you can see exactly how much we've that we made all the moves. We updated the expense tracker so we can move on to closing out this budget and find out how much money we have in next month's bills. I do think it's 1,000. I think we hit a milestone in there, which is really great. And we still have one more paycheck of the month to go. I want to get ahead of those expenses like I talked about in my vision when I set up June. I see us getting ahead of our new expenses by 1 month. This will help us get ahead of that by putting $100 in there. I would love to have put it towards the debt, but that is important too. Making sure we have the new cost of insurance. We still need accessories for the car. We have to buy like windshield wiper fluid. We need make sure we have money for oil changes, save up money for tires, paying, you know, all the things that come with the new expenses. I need to make sure we're ahead of it. So, and having a high yield savings account with Capital One doesn't hurt either, because the interest rate is going to help us a little bit bump it up a little faster. So I'll make my money moves and then come back and update the expense tracker. All right, success. All of the money movements that I needed to make were made, including the debt payment of $285. I am hopefully going to be able to show you screenshots while I update the expense tracker to my operating account. So we had $3.50 on the 13th of June. So I'm just going to scroll through my transactions and make sure what was there should have been there. And so that was $12.27 that came out. I transferred to next month's bills. And then, we haven't updated this in a while. So I have quite a few things to do. I had a payment come out for Quicksilver. And oh my gosh, y'all, let me tell you before we move on. I've been using this erasable pen for a while, but it doesn't have any more ink, and I don't know where to find this. I'm going to try searching again for it because I really like it. Quicksilver payment was made. It processed on the 13th, and that was for $230.38. So when you subtract, let me see if I can move over a little bit. The 350.38 minus 230.38 is 120. That's what that left us with. That was pretty decent. $0 on the end. Okay, and then on the 14th, I transferred $5. Oh, this is automatic. Okay. The 14th was when automatic payments payments to my savings went there. So we'll do Capital One. We transferred $5 to 4 different accounts. First was our food fund, and that was $5. So that brought us to $115. And then we had a transfer automatic to the clothing fund, and that would bring us to $110. Then we had a transfer to transportation. You're so loud, baby. Okay, 105. And then the transfer to the wellness fund. That brought us to $100 even in the account. Next after that, on the 15th, I had to send a gift. We sent a gift for Father's Day to someone, and so that was a transfer from miscellaneous because we had some extra money in there, and that was $40. So, oh wait, I added it. So this really cancels itself out. So we put $40 in the checking account, and then we took it out. So I usually don't write this. I don't know why I went through all of that, but that's okay. And then we Zelled the money, and so $40, and that canceled that out. Okay, next on the 17th, what happened was Fidelity. Fidelity took out their $25 for my auto investing. So I'll call that a transfer, and that's to invest, and that was $25. So that leaves us with 75, or that's what we had. We had 75. So now we need to move on to the next page. We had $35 come out. Oh, that was a Capital One Quicksilver payment. So on the 17th, Quicksilver was a payment, and that I'll just put that was debt, and it was an auto transaction, $35. So I should be at 75 because I took out another 5, and then we took out 25, and then we're taking out 35. So that brings us to $40 balance. And then Robinhood took out money on the 18th of June. And that investment was an automatic 25. This is the one that brought us to the 7 shares of XOM. I was so happy to see 7 in there. So we're really getting close. 3 more shares and we'll hit our goal. On the 18th, I went to Stop and Shop. I don't normally use my debit card, but I needed to this day. And I purchased something for $8.69. These boys don't know how to be quiet at all sometimes. $6.31. So whatever I bought, it was $8.69. That brought our balance down to $6.31. And then on the 20th, we had our paycheck hit. Now the 20th was Thursday, but the money wasn't fully available until Monday the 24th. So, but that's what it is. I call this a deposit because this is a portion of our income that we use to budget with. And so, all right, this is income. And then we had another deposit, but that was to pull out cash. So I'm not even going to include that here. I'll tell you what I'm talking about in just a moment. When we add the 1100, we're at 1106.31. Okay, so I transferred $125 from our annual bills so I could take it out because the money that was deposited, even though on my statement it says the 20th, it didn't show up until the 24th, and I needed to get to the bank. So I'm not even going to include that here because it cancels it out. So we took $125 out. I put it back. Then we had a deposit of my Father's Day savings. I did deposit that because I needed to make a payment. I needed to make a payment on the credit card for this $64 because that's how much my husband's gift cost. So at the ATM, I made a deposit of Father's Day. And put Father's $64, and that brought us to 1170 and 31 cents. On the 21st, we had our auto savings get transferred. So we had food, got $5, brought us to 1165.31, and then wellness got money, and that was $5 minus 5 brings us to 1160.31. And then transportation got $5, 1155.31. Let me just write transportation here. Okay. Then clothing also got $5 minus 5 is 1150.31. Oh, I didn't tell you, I'm using a Pilot G2 pen today. These are nice. I like them. Okay, and then Fidelity on today took out money, and this was the money that it needed to take out last week, but it came out today. Yeah, that's just how it goes. It comes out every Monday. Fidelity, which I wrote real funky. I don't know why. Oh, I wrote it in the wrong place. Oh my goodness. This is why erasable pens are so helpful. Transfer for investments, and that was $25. Minus 25 brings us to 1125.31. And then on today, my tithe, I got transferred over, and that was $110. And so minus 110 brings us to 1015.31. And then 375 went towards next month's rent. We save that in the high yield savings account, and then when it's time to pay next month's rent, we just take it out and collect whatever interest we can on that money while it was waiting for us. Okay, then $100 went to next month's bills. 100, and that brings us to 540.31. And then we have 125 go back to annual bills, and this was me paying myself back for the cash I took out early. That's nice to do a cash advance for yourself. That's real nice. Okay, let me pause and go see what these kids are doing in the other room, because I think they're up to some nonsense, and I don't do that. All right, had to make sure they weren't destroying things in that other room. Okay, 415.31 is where we ended after I paid back annual bills. That was nice that we didn't have to empty it out. Okay. And I still was able to pull out cash. So everything is done for this payday. 415.31 is where we ended. 285 is still going to come out though for the debt payment. So if I subtract that from this balance, we'll have 130.31. Oh, and another payment, sorry, the $64 that I had saved up. This is part of what I saved up for Father's Day. The rest I put in his wallet. So I subtract that 64 payment that's going to come out soon. We'll have a true balance of $66.31 in our operating account to move on to the next week, which is still nice. All right. I'm glad we're saving money. So our money is on assignment. It does not mean that we are broke, because I don't like to use words like that. I try my best to stay more on the positive side, because we might be a little tight every now and then, but our money is working for us. Our money is working in our savings, it's working in our investments. We're having some fun and doing some necessary things with it, and we're taking care of our bills and things, and we're giving. That's important. I see you, mama. Mwah, I see you. I see you, baby. I'm not forgetting about you. Budgeting and Bacon has a savings challenge she's doing. Is I need a new butt. I think that's what it's called. It's hilarious. If you haven't checked out Budgeting the Bacon, please go and check her out, because it's really fun, honestly. You spend a good 15 minutes on a Saturday watching her play. It's just hilarious. Hi, I see you. I hear you. You're singing, my love. I see you, baby. Mwah. I see you. I see you. I know. You're trying to get my attention. I see you. All right, so that's it for this paycheck. We did everything we needed to do. And as I promised, next month's bills has $1,000. That is amazing. I'm excited that we got there. Now, when I set my top 3 goals for the month, I wanted to have $200 saved in transportation. Unless something happens between now and next week's budget before we close out June, I don't think we're going to hit this. But we did hit our minimum. We exceeded our minimum debt payment this month because of how we made changes. And real quick, let me just see if my erasable pen will work. I'm like hoping, praying God, if you will, please let it work. Spectrum, nope, it's not working. Spectrum hit our credit card for 87. Was it 87? I think I talked about it last week. Yeah, Spectrum was $86.99. So that came out of the credit card. Metro PCS hit for $93. And we did not make a payment to the car loan from the incoming income we received yet. So I'll leave that there just in case something happens next week. I don't think it will though, because we have another account where the car loan payments are coming from. And stay tuned for Transfer Tuesday, y'all, because I'm bringing Transfer Tuesday back, and I'm going to be talking about how much we're paying towards a car loan to get it down. And that's that. I don't think there's anything else I can fill in on the monthly budget, and I have to figure out how I'm going to do it now because we completely changed how we're doing June's budget. We are getting ahead next month's bills. We have a $1,000 balance in there as of June 24th. I'm excited about that we're already there. Okay, and I don't know if I'll hit $500 towards summer fun. I'm hoping I will. But what's coming up? I'm going to post this video today. I hope I didn't have to do too much editing. And Transfer Tuesday is coming out tomorrow. I'll have my expenses video for Wednesday. I have a new video that I'm hoping to film this week and get it out for you on Thursday. It's something new I'm trying. We'll see if you like it or not. And then I don't think I have anything for Friday. I might be able to close out this week's paycheck out on Friday and post it, maybe Saturday. We'll see. But I'm trying to close the month as strong as possible. Plus I have to do my budget closeout for the month. So if I post the paycheck budget on Friday, then I'll post the monthly budget closeout on Saturday, and then post my July budget along with the first paycheck for the month of July on Sunday, start of the next week. So we'll see how it goes. That's it, and that's all for this week. I really appreciate you for being here for as long as you were. Continue to mind your money, you guys. Manage it well and live your lives abundantly. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.